What have you got left? Every year you hear the same words as if you whispered them in your own ear. Where did the time go? Summer's here already, man. How time flies. And yes, sometimes time really flies. But nothing says you got to stay stuck on life's tarmac and watch it take off without you. So, seatbelts on, please. Be sure your seat backs and trays are in the upright position and prepare for takeoff. Only question is, where is time taking you? And it's time for another unbuckled, bumpy ride with your guide, the stark raving LEAN-atic himself. I'm Jim. Let's jump right in again. Welcome to my podcast based on my brand new book, available on Amazon, Live Life Lean, L-E-A-N. It's a year-long guide to gratitude and our daily grind. The book that combines some timeless wisdom from a whole lot of the world's wiser people with the reflections, reactions, and wisecracks of the guide's author, me. And it guides you, the reader, through the simplest system for a happy, healthy, authentic, and genuinely grateful everyday experience. I urge you to get the book. Of course I do. I wrote it. It's either at Amazon or at my website, ampurage.com. A-M-M-P-U-R-A-G-E. But even without it, let's make next week better than last, our next year better than the past, and get started now with today's episode of recording this in June now, and we have a client who each year around this time starts their countdown. The countdown till we reach, as they tell me, the longest day of the year. They do this every single, so many days till the longest day of the year. And what they mean by that is, I think like, June 20th or the beginning of summer. And we're not there yet, but with summer temperatures up into the 90s this coming week here in the Midwest, y'all can just leapfrog all the way into Labor Day for all I care if you want, because a humid Midwestern, middle of the country 90-degree day, that means summer's here. And we don't need to put off and put out by some serious summertime swelter. It is here. But it was just in like the 30s a week or so ago. Seriously. So where did that go? Huh? Where did the year, like the first half of this year, where did the time go? Yeah, that's a productive question. Literally. I mean, that's like leaving a full glass of water outside, coming back later, only to find there's only half of it still in the glass. Now, okay, this is not about the whole, is the glass half empty or is it half full, philosophic conversation thing. Because, those who know me, they already know my answer. That damn glass is always 100% full. Maybe half full of water, maybe half full of air, but you need them both, don't you? So, what are we going to do with the glass? Okay, got that out of my system. No, this is about asking the question, where did the water go? Or, for our conversation, where did all the time, all of this year, where did it go? Well, yeah, same thing as the water, though. What does that matter now? What does that matter now? What does that matter now? Whether it evaporated naturally and disappeared or it was confiscated illegally, it doesn't matter now because it's gone. And it either just disappeared because we neglected it or someone else came along, took advantage of it and used it for what it was worth, put it to good use. But where did it go? So, am I talking about the water or am I talking about time? See? Doesn't matter because we need them both. Doesn't matter now. The real question is not, what have you lost, but what have you got left? And what are you going to do about it?
And I am Yao, king of the rock, And there's nothing you girls can do about it.
Oh, yeah? Get picky. Well, myself, I kind of like that corn chip smell.
So, with this year nearly half over, Rover, are you just going to bark, growl, and keep grumbling? Where does the time go? Or how's about slowing things down instead? And let's focus on what we've got left. Listen to this simple poem that I recently waxed, and then ride its wave and rhythm to a shore with like more to look forward to than look back on. Listen, my children, and you will hear about all you have left for the rest of this year. Then at the end, I want you to chime in. The question that's right is, what have you got left? What have you got left to start? What have you got left to stop? What have you got left to grasp? What have you got left to drop? What have you got left to eat? What have you got left to drink? What have you got left to forget? What have you got left to rethink? What have you got left to do? What have you got left to see? What have you got left to build? What have you got left to be? What have you got left to trust? What have you got left to steer? What have you got left to ask? And what have you got left to hear? What have you got left to try? What have you got left to test? What have you got left to buy into? What have you got left to bless? What have you got left to read? What have you got left to write? What have you got left to save? What have you got left to fight? What have you got left to learn? What have you got left to teach? What have you got left to bond? What have you got left to breach? What have you got left to claim? What have you got left to give? What have you got left to deserve? And what have you got left to forgive? What have you got left below? What have you got left above? What have you got left to live? What have you got left to love? Happy Half New Year, y'all. Now, at least one, or hopefully more, of those over 30 lines didn't just blow by you. Don't let those lines just blow by you. Yeah, I get it. Lines blow. Very 80s reference in humor, man. Man, where did the years go? Anyways, email me, comment, chime in, please. And take the time from this poem. Take something. Take one line that spoke to you the most and pay it forward to this crazy world I talk about that we share. Take just one line and answer it with a 4-line rhyme of your own. You can do that. Comment here. Earn that title of Power Poet who didn't know it. And add to another's experience. Help us all a little bit see more clearly what we have got left to look forward to next. Add your version of the 4-line poem with a comment, like, share, post, etc. Give us all reminders of what there is that we all have got left. After all, what do you got left to lose? More importantly, what have you got left to gain? There's still a lot left from what I can see. Drink up. And now, more words of wisdom to wow your socks off from the Live Life Lean guided journal system itself. Entry, page number 17. There's none among us in whom a devil does not sometimes dwell and masters us. It is not having been in the dark house, but having left it that counts. Theodore Roosevelt. And the guide's point of view on this? Well, there is a reason the windshield in front is bigger than the rear view window behind. There's so much more to focus on where you're going than where you were. What do you think about this? Using the Live Life Lean system, what are you learning that's new? Where are you working to earn that is not just given to you? Where are you adding to our world? It's not just about you. Now, be grateful for that. Reflect on it, respect it, and before you navigate somewhere next, like, subscribe, and share to show someone that you care. Thank you for listening. I hope you're enjoying your copy of the Live Life Lean L-E.A.N guide. Enjoying it almost as much as I did creating it. And if you don't have a copy yet, go on over to amperage.com or Amazon and get started today experiencing the amazing power of knowing every day is literally yours to be grateful about and you need never feel unfulfilled again. I'm Jim Hall, and until next time, good health, God bless, and now go get a little dirty learning something new, earning what's not given to you, adding to this crazy world that we share, and navigating your way to something new and next.